Damn it.
Damn you.
Well, that was a mistake. Although it's not starting. Oh, let's see. September 13th, 2015. I'm Jed from Cleveland. You're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
And apparently just Brian Baird.
Because Kevin accidentally started the stream 20 minutes early. So those of you that are not live listeners can just listen to Brian and I talk to each other until that show actually starts when everybody shows up. So that's all that's going to happen. I'm trying to get the Twitch stream going here. I need to turn down this game music, too. It's rocking in my ears.
Oh, yeah. What, Skyrim?
No, Lords of the Fallen.
I looked at Lords of the Fallen, and I just looked at it like, I don't think I'm going to like this much.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
It could be great, but I was just like, nah.
Decided I was going to rent it from GameFly, and that's what it did. And I really haven't played it because I've been playing Skyrim, and now I'm going to have some more chips. I'm going to go on my diet on October 1st. Mm-hmm. Actually, when's Wasteland?
Be that very week on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'm only going for Friday because it's only got room for one night.
Yeah, but Blackie will have a room if he's there.
He's not going to share with me, dude. The last time he came one night, he's like, dude, can I sleep in your room? I'm like, I've got one bed.
Oh, you sleep in, and then you just hang out Saturday night, and then you leave. Go home. You can sleep. Sleep with eggs.
I live over an hour away. I'm not driving that. I mean, you know how fucked up I get.
Sleep with eggs.
Yeah. No. I don't want to pee on the floor or me or anything else. I love the guy, but there's just some shit I'm not dealing with, You
just got to pace yourself, man.
Yeah, that's going to happen. You know what it's like around them, dude. There is no pace yourself. There's just complete destruction.
Yeah.
There's all moral boundaries are crossed. It's just, dude, aren't you drinking? Well, I pacing myself. You're drinking. Put this in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. And then you're drinking.
Maybe I'll show up on Friday. Saturdays is always in the middle of everything and fucks me up.
There's like a lot of shit going on too. There's just like there's concerts. There's people like, yo, come on over during the day. I'm like, no, I'm going to Wasteland, and when it's over, I'm going home, and that's it. Well, then fuck you, man. No, it was like that. Kind of funny if they were.
Alexa just online asking if there's no chat. I'll put the chat thing on there. But I mean, historically, I've been having problems with the Twitch stream. Seems pretty stable right now. I'll try putting the chat on now, but no guarantees this shit's going to work right. What am I doing?
Putting up the chat.
Chat. Twitch. Oh. All right. It didn't turn it on though. No. I'm gonna try connecting. Said no. There we go. All right. Well, it's no chat on the YouTube stream.
Okay, well,
I don't really know. Not really. I mean, there's a new live streaming to YouTube that I could use instead, which I think has it. But like I said, like the last couple of weeks, like when I've been running this thing, like it's just been sucking air when I try to run both. And if I was just trying to run Twitch by itself, it was dying. And today it's okay. So I don't want to try to push it with YouTube. I want to see if I can get through a whole broadcast today with Twitch, and I'm going to leave the Twitch settings alone. And then maybe next week I'll try to do YouTube again. Mm-hmm. I think I might just need to get a faster computer. I mean, I got an i7 in this one, but I think we talked about this. Anyway, Alexa and I did. I think I just might need to make a new machine. Not now, though. I'm broke right now. It looks gay anyway. Well, what are you going to do? I think Twitch is switching to HTML5, but I don't know.
Too busy eating your cracker.
Chips, man. You're having the cracker.
No, that's right. I keep forgetting.
You got to wait for when the show starts, though. That's when you suddenly get a plate of food, decide to eat.
No, I actually ate before. I had one of those grotty fucking Boston Markets you put in the microwave, which tastes nothing remotely like what you get when you go to Boston Market, you know.
Yeah.
But in Boston Market, you have to worry about the like spitting in it, you know.
It's one of those 88-cent meals. What are they? What are those like the?
Yeah, it's really gross ones.
The Swanson things or something, and then like
Yeah.
they just rename it and call it something else. That's Kevin eating. I was having some chips, man. The show hasn't really started yet, even though we are broadcasting. I accidentally started it too early, and if I stop it now, we have to disconnect and reconnect, and I'm not fucking around with it. So
Bullshit. We're not doing it.
we're not doing it. We're just having a show early. Baird Brothers, Brian and Kevin show. Woohoo! I got Oliver Stone's Untold History of the United States on DVD.
All right.
It was on Showtime, I guess. This guy at work was telling me about it, and I was like, really? I guess I'll go buy it. So that's what I did. It wasn't expensive.
You hope.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm still watching this documentary about Chile, the country, not the food.
Or the little figure, the little penguin, Chili Willy. So are you learning a lot about Chile? Are you discovering that there's an insight into their culture that you didn't know about?
Well, what's interesting is that there was a democratically elected socialist in the country, Allende, and he did all these reforms to help the poor people in that country. And they were all like very positive reforms. And what happened is that, you know, back in the day in the United States, we were all anti-communism. So we didn't like this guy, this socialist leader of Chile. So we basically organized a coup, and we overthrew the government, and the military then took control of Chile. And that's where that Pinochet guy comes from, that caused all of these massive problems for Chile. And eventually they tried him or whatever when he was too old that it really even gave him, you know, two shits to the wind at that point. But because of all of these killings and stuff, you know, they'd fly people over in planes and then throw them out of the planes alive over the sea to get rid of them, shit like that.
That's just a shit way to go. It's
And,
really not how you think your day's going to end. Just like, we're going to go out today, guys. I'll be...
It was a dictatorship. Like, we got rid of the socialism and we put a dictator into power. The United States did. And so basically there's a thing called The War in Chile. It's a 3-part documentary. It's all in Spanish with subtitles. It's pretty good. So it's interesting just to see what the United States does in the name of
democracy, which is basically
keeping rich people rich is really what it's all about. Yeah. I'm not a fan of communism or anything, but you know, you can tell why we do some things in the name of capitalism and we hide it under the name of democracy. You know what I mean?
In the name of rock and roll.
Oh, we don't want communism, but like the guy was freely elected. No, socialist. Let's destroy. I don't know. Gaddafi. Didn't like Gaddafi. Gaddafi had a pretty interesting view of democracy. He had a a pretty interesting system in terms of how to get representation in government, even though he was a dictator.
See, I thought he died like a long time ago. I'm like, no. And then they went into, then they went into not too long ago, then they killed him anyway. It's like, Jesus.
No. You know, like most of these dictators, they all can be pointed at to have done good things. But, you know, they did them, you know, a lot more bad things than they did good things. You know, you can point to the Autobahn and be like, Hitler built the Autobahn, you know. And they, yeah, you know, good job. Too bad, you know, it's all fucking slave labor and.
Well, it's cheaper.
You know, I mean, it's just one of those things. You can get a lot done when you're a fucking dictator because there's no politicians getting in your way. Yeah, you're just like, fuck it, we're gonna do this because I said, and that's just how shit gets done. Putin, that's what he's doing in Russia.
Oh yeah, and that guy don't give a damn. So,
well, I don't know. Got to keep an eye on that guy.
You know what's he gonna do? Attack us? Not that fucking nuts.
He might be.
He doesn't really have to. He's just watching as our president gives it away to everybody else. I like read this thing about how Obama gave Iran that deal like $150 billion. Now, I don't know how true that is. Okay, let's keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know how true any of that bullshit is, but you know, I'm like 150 million. That's my money, man. You know, and everybody else's money. It's just.
Oh, that's a drop in the bucket, though, when it comes to things we spend money on. See, the problem with Putin is that he is corrupt to such a level.
Jesus, like that makes a difference.
No, it does, because they do have a democratic system there. It's fucked up, but the people believe that they are freely electing Putin and his party into power. Now, the thing is that Putin can't leave power. If he leaves power, then somebody else would investigate him, find out all of these, all of the fraud and the money that he's taken away from the Russian people. And obviously they would throw him in jail and, you know, he'd be done. So he can't leave power. And so the best way that historically leaders stay in power is that they have a war and then, you know, declare.
Not have fear or anything like there's somebody else, there's somebody else.
They declare a state of, you know, so kind of like the state of emergency or whatever, and they have a war so that he can't lose power. Now, he's got plenty of time to ride it out right now, because I think he's elected for the next 5 years or something. So it's just a matter of waiting it out to see if he's crazy enough to start a war. But I mean, he's already got one rolling in the Ukraine. Now he's setting up bases in Syria.
You can watch that whole Ukraine thing from like the Ukrainian resistance and shit. They got
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great, but you got you're just like it's graphic.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you'll see somebody's brains sitting on the ground, the guy's face all shot, and I'm like staring and trying to be objective. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's still stuck in my head.
It's full on war, man.
Oh yeah.
It's not even funny, but we'll see. I mean, he's not realistically gonna fight against NATO, because we would turn his country into a parking lot. But he might blow up our country in retaliation, so I don't know. Hope not. But hopefully he's not that crazy. You need that space laser from Real Genius to just vaporize people. Just like walking in across the street.
Real Genius, oh my god, that's great.
Pile of ash. Be awesome. There's really no democracy. It's capitalism versus socialism. That's what all government is about. It's about the economy.
Twitch.
All the rest of it's just nonsense. I mean, look at us. We got Donald Trump running for president versus Hillary
Well,
Clinton.
you'll have Kane West for the next one.
Kanye. Yeah.
Kanye, whatever. Yeah.
Kanye. Kanye.
I love all the vines that came out because he's running for president. They start cracking up. It's just dudes laughing their heads off.
It's hilarious. I'd love to see Donald Trump in office. It'd just be entertaining. It'd be entertaining for 4 years.
Yeah. That's what my girlfriend was like. He'll piss off every other country. I'm like, because they love us right now. You know, I think so.
Right.
He might not. You know, he speaks the language of the rich. It'd be great. I'm not really going to, vote for him, but I'm not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. If it's Hillary versus Trump, I'd vote for Trump.
Yeah, I'm not really into dynasties much. You know?
I got a feeling Hillary's not going to fucking go as far as people think she is. We'll see. I'm not going to talk about it.
You will.
Nah, I'm not. First of all, the Republican National Convention isn't for another year. A year before they announce who they're even going to, have on their ticket. It's just ignore it. Now, once that happens, Cleveland's going to be a big fucking circus with the Republican convention, so you're not going to be able to do anything but talk about it. But I don't know, Brian. You could tell us about the traffic when you're driving through with your truck.
Oh God, every fucking time. Won't be no driving through. I'll be driving way the fuck around it. Like, yep, I'm taking my truck across the lake. I built a boat out of other people's stolen boats.
Pick a boat. Just need Larry. I don't know if Larry ever came back from West Virginia or wherever he went. He was posting about being on the beach.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get his posts for some weird reason.
You probably hit him because you got tired of those fucking good morning quotes that he has.
Oh man, I don't remember blocking him or nothing.
A shoe is a shoe if you walk in the right direction.
He probably blocked me because he got tired of me fucking taking a shit on him.
Yeah, I don't know. I crack on that shit all the time. Can't really do anything. Yeah.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're fine, man. You see you're walking back and forth.
ignoring you.
Yeah. Nobody's I've said a couple of things and nobody's like said anything. I was like, am I invisible? Am I dead?
We're pretending that Donnie's dead day.
All right.
We are broadcasting live right now, though, because I accidentally started the show too early.
No, I saw that.
So as soon as Larry starts the show up here or whatever, then we
I just gotta. I'm just trying
doing
to.
the news.
I'm feeding the kid. I got the kid all night, so.
Got her in the high chair and everything.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you said feeding her.
She's out there eating food, watching Big Brother.
Smoke wants to know if he can join me. You mean the game? I haven't even really started the game. You probably should since I'm on Twitch, right? I don't know how this works. I mean, I don't know how you join. I barely played this. I just got it, I've been playing Skyrim. Went back to that because I never finished it. Oh, you want to join the conversation? No, can't do it. Not for the show.
I'm so dumb. I forgot to get Fun-Link hot dogs.
The audio is not as bad as Kevin says it is. That's what Alexa says about your show, Don. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not the audio that's bad. It's Don. It depends on which Don you get. If you get the Don that's kind of like not working so much, then he's usually got some energy on Tuesday night. But then you get the Don that's like been busting ass 30-hour days.
Right.
And he's barely alive. And then it's just kind of like a murmur on the phone. So, that's what the difference is.
What's the question?
He just said that he's been listening to your show and the audio is not as bad as I said it is.
Oh.
Not saying
Oh,
You got to go back to listen to those old shows.
oh yeah. Go listen to some old ones.
Don's just barely alive, or at the gas
Those are
at the
great.
gas station.
You barely hear what he's saying. Like, here's crazy shit going on in the background.
I'm gonna shut off my air conditioner. Okay, we already started the show, so we got Larry and Don joining Brian and Kevin, and we're just gonna jump right into our top 20 titles of the week. So you're all excited. It's a drinking game.
Woo!
You don't have to drink liquor, but that's up to you.
But you do.
Not like we can make it. Like Larry can't just show up. Although if you do go into your bathroom with the lights out and say Larry Mack 3 times into the mirror, he might appear.
Will not.
And I will
But-
make you drink.
Don't.
And he might appear with your mother. Now, if it's so if I list off stuff and it's not a game, if it's not a video game, you have to drink. No tricks here. It's just on the Amazon list. Here we go. Number 20, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Legendary Edition.
Yay!
That's a game. Number 19, Skylanders Superchargers.
Supercharger.
It's not a game. It's
Not a game.
It just says driver's div. I'm not reading off these things. Just for now on, if I say Skylanders, just drink. Number 18, the Xbox $15 gift card.
Not a game.
What do you drink? What's with the $15 card? Like, you can't get, like, the...
Like you don't like them enough to spend $20 on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't just get the $25 card. It's just a
Like
little
I don't want to
bit-
be a cheap bastard and spend $10 on your birthday present, but there's no way I'm dropping 20 on you.
So crazy. Yeah. So 15. Number 17, Minecraft for the PlayStation 4. Number 16, Terraria. Terraria. I think I say it right. For the Xbox 360. Number 15, Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition Star Wars Starter Set. That counts as a game, so you do not have to drink, although you can if you'd like. Although there's plenty more drinking opportunities coming up.
Okay, good.
Number 14, Skylanders Supercharger. I'm just going to describe what it is. It's a bird with a knife. And that's not a game. Drink.
Drink.
Number 13, Skylanders Superchargers. This one is a dude with a big horn and a gold belt with sunglasses on.
Sounds like a drink.
Totally drink, not a game. Number 12, Wii Sports for the Nintendo Wii.
Wii
I
Sports.
have no idea. It's up 64% this week. It's $44.99.
The Wii Sports that comes with the Wii?
Indeed. Maybe there was like a Wii that came out that didn't include Wii Sports, like a cheap Wii. I have no idea. Or people bought. I guess you could buy the
Is that with the balance board?
Wii U and then play Wii Sports on it, and so you would need to buy Wii Sports. I could kind of understand that.
It's like the kids who had to go out and buy Combat when they had an Atari. You're like, why are you buying Combat?
Yeah. God, that's the
Why did-
11. EA Access 12-month subscription card for the Xbox One. $30. That's their EA's. I don't even know what really that is.
$30 of drink.
I think you can like play EA games for free or something, but I've never really noticed it to want to buy it or whatever. I guess $30 for a whole year though, if you're like just a parent buying something for your kids, that's all right. You know, they get some games to play. Number 10, Charizard Amiibo. Not a game.
Not a game. Drink.
Number 9, Skylanders Superchargers. This one is a submarine with 2 torpedoes on it.
I'll tell you what that one is.
Yeah,
It's
penis.
a drink.
It's drinking time. Number 8, $50 PlayStation Store gift card.
Which is also a drink.
Drink. Number 7, Skylanders Trap Team Triple Trap Pack. Drink.
Yes.
Number 6, Skylanders Trap Team Trap Master. I don't know. It's an angel with a sword, and he's got a helmet with giant blue eyeballs.
Does he have a drink?
That's a drinker right there. Number 5, Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo Wii U. That's a game, sort of. Number 4 is the $10 PlayStation Store gift card. People like their gift cards. That's a drink. Number 3 is the $20 PlayStation Store gift card. That is also a drink. Number 2 is the DualShock 4 wireless controller for the PlayStation 3. That is a drink.
Drink.
And finally, number 1, up 4,741% this week, is XCOM Enemy Within for Windows.
Shoot yourself.
$6. That's our list. That's our list of the week. Here's the games coming out this week. Monday, nothing. Tuesday for the PlayStation 4, we have Bombing Busters and Kitten Squad. Really. That's a
Drink
game.
just because Kevin had to say that.
Kitten Squad is a game. For Xbox One, we have Forza Motorsport 6. And then multi-platform, we have NHL 16 and Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. Wednesday, for the Wii U, we have Typo Man. And Thursday, multi-platform, we have Arslan, the Warriors of Legend, Ghost Blade, I Can't Escape, Darkness.
You can't escape your colon?
You can't escape colon darkness.
Yeah, it is dark in there.
There's a difference. There's darkness and there's colon darkness. One smells better.
Panoramical, Sky Shines Bedlam, and for the PlayStation Vita, World Trigger Borderless Mission. And then finally, Friday, we have, for PC, Hatsuru Koto Naki Mirei Yori.
Uh-huh.
Drink.
And multi-platform, we have Pumped BMX Plus. That's the games coming out this week. Now it's time to catch up with everybody. Brian wasn't here last week, so Brian, what did you do for the last 2 weeks?
None of us were here.
I know. Starting
Let's
with
see.
Brian.
Well, still playing Elder Scrolls Online when I get a chance to play that at all, which hasn't been very much. Although I played it a lot today. Let me see. Reading a lot of comics. I posted to have one out. It's Wonder Woman 19. It's like Wonder Woman 79 or 77. Basically, it's Wonder Woman from the original TV series, where she's fighting Nazis or stuff or whatever. The first one that I actually bought and read, I thought was pretty good, considering, I've always been a Wonder Woman fan. I just don't generally go out and buy her comics because, people look at you kind of funny these days. And what else?
Does she have a movie coming out?
I've been hearing that for like 10 years now, dude. I have no idea.
Who?
They keep deciding.
Wonder Woman.
She's gonna be in the new Justice League movie. She's in the new Batman Superman movie.
Oh yeah, who's playing her?
Gadot.
I
I
don't
can't
even
remember her name. Gadot, Gadot or something like that.
Yeah.
Something Gadot. Gail Gadot, or
Yeah, she's worthy.
she's no Linda Carter.
Well,
Linda
yeah.
Carter. I got Linda Carter on Facebook, and she posts stuff, and despite the fact that she got fluffed for whatever she's on. I mean, you're just like, Jesus Christ, she's still fucking strikes me as a hot looking chick for her age. The funny thing is, Kevin, as you mentioned Skyrim, is that she does voices for Skyrim. She does the orc female for Skyrim, which I'm like, really? That's her? That's fucking funny, man.
What? Shut up.
Yeah, totally. She's done since Oblivion. She's done all the voices for the orc female.
So she's the only woman basically working for.
No, dude, they got a bunch of fucking people that do that shit.
They got that one chick from Babylon 5 doing like every female voice in Skyrim.
No. She doesn't-
I swear to God, it's like every woman I run into, it's her. And that one guy.
It's 'cause you probably
that
just think
really
about it.
heavy accent. That guy. What are you doing with the sword? That guy. You're like, geez, oh man, could they get another
Jeez.
actor?
They actually got them on the online game too.
Like every Nord you run into, it's that guy.
Max von Sydow.
Go to level 5.
Cracks me the fuck up, man. You just got done talking to one dude with the exact same voice.
Yeah, they only have so many fucking voice actors. I mean, you know.
He's got the same thing.
Oh my god. We're going to take away all your games so that you have to go back and play, like, you know,
it's so funny.
or some shit.
Well, at least The Witcher cleans that up a lot, man. I tell
Yeah,
you.
I keep hearing good things about The Witcher, but I'm still kind of, I've got, I'm on the skids about that. I also, Dishonored, I've downloaded that again, but this time I actually got all the extras, all the DLCs that I did not play the first time around, and it's really enjoyable, really good. It's weird because I played the first time on Xbox 360, and then I'm playing it on PS4 because the controls, it's basically a little bit different. Like what button you're supposed to press, and it kind of confuses me every so often. But still, people bitched about that game. I'm like, I don't fucking understand why. It was a pretty fun, assassin type of game and shit. You feel it's like you're a psychopathic nightcrawler. You just bamf and go behind somebody, cut their fucking throat, and then bamf. Let me see. I didn't see any new movies. I don't think. Not that I can remember. I've been kind of like watching almost like Rollerball or Tombs of the Blind Dead or whatever. Although I was watching that movie Maggie with Schwarzenegger and that chick from Zombieland, which I rented it before, but I finally bought the damn thing. And because the first time I watched it, I was renting it, and of course my brain shuts off, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go outside, yeah, and then I forget. Did I put on pants? I don't remember, so you gotta go back inside. And it's like I said before, it's a dark Schwarzenegger movie. You don't really expect it to be all like heavy emotional and shit, but so I enjoyed that one a lot. And that's about it, man. I haven't really just been working my ass off. Weirdo temperature changes, went from like being on the sun, last week, and then this week it's like, it's 60 degrees. It's kind of awesome, actually. So then there's the Browns, but I'm going to leave the Browns to our more sports-oriented commentators here because they actually were dumb enough to watch the game, and I, of course, couldn't waste my time with that shit. So, take it away, whoever's next.
Don, how was your last 2 weeks?
It was all right. Did some work. Nothing really major. Work. Hung out with the kid, work, and went to the Indians game the other night. Got some free tickets from my brother. And then yesterday, we went to the pinball show. We had a thing at the Holiday Inn on Rockside and Independence.
Did you have to listen to that same song over and over? Pinball Wizard?
No, they weren't playing that one at all. Actually, they were playing the music was so loud. I was like, man, turn that shit down. You couldn't even hear the games. But it was like they had a pinball show with all these pinball machines, like old, and not really a lot of new ones, but old ones, and some old stand-up games. They had like a Donkey Kong and a Pac-Man or Space Invaders and track and field and stuff like that. So I took Sophie out there because kids 12 and under get in free, and then I just had to pay for me, and then you get to play all the games you want. You don't have to pay for them. You just play them. People just bring all their old shit. So it was kind of cool because I got to take her to go play a bunch of pinball machines. Nobody plays pinball anymore. You know what I mean? Even like when we were growing up, pinball was going out while video games were coming in. And it's like pinball's still good. Pinball's still a good time. Is it one of the top things I want to do? No, but if there's a pinball machine there, I'm hitting.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, I gotta hit it. You know what I mean? Because it's frustrating. It's more of a game of skill than chance or whatever. But it was a good time. Me and her were playing track and field, and I was teaching her how to hit the buttons, the left and right. And then you got to smack the other one to jump over the hurdle, and then you got to go back to running again. Teaching her all kinds of stuff about old video games, and pinball machines and stuff. So that was a good time.
She stared all blurry-eyed. That's great, Dad. I don't care.
She liked it. She had a good time. She was drawn to the Addams Family pinball machine, which is the one they used to have at Flash's, which is the one I used to play all the time because I was a singer, so I didn't have to set up equipment. I didn't have to tune my instruments or anything. I was just like...
In case you didn't know, Donnie used to be a singer for a rather successful band here in Cleveland.
Yeah, rather successful in Cleveland. Probably just on the corner of Lorraine and Rocky River there. That's it.
Hey,
Close enough. That's my own part of the world. And that's all I would do. We'd come in for load-in, and I'd just go straight to the corner and be like, I'm going to be playing Addams Family. And I'd be playing pinball all night. And that's like they had it there. They had a pinball machine. They had the Elton John one. Man, I can't remember the name of it. But it's the one Clay Mueller used to have at his house when I was growing up. I used to go over to Clay Mueller's house, and we played pinball all day. They had that same one. I haven't played it since he was alive. So, pretty funny. Which is weird because I went to the cemetery last week to go visit him.
Did you say anything?
He was laughing at me because I couldn't find a spot. I was like, I'm walking around the hill of this cemetery just going past people like, sorry, I don't mean to step on you. Sorry about that.
You grab your foot.
I'm like, where is this kid? That's what I was worried. That's what I was waiting for.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, from the 80s, you walk into a cemetery, someone's going to grab you. I mean,
I didn't want to walk into the
you know,
cemetery.
you hear, oh, at some point, like, God damn it.
Then I found myself surrounded by tombstones. I was like, oh my God, how did I get here? And the good guys with the hoods came out.
Oh, you turn around, just look at the guy. Knock it off!
Sophie Queen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really major. Nothing that I can think of now. Except, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to get into it. There's Adam stuff, but move on. I can say.
Larry went on an adventure or something these last couple of weeks. So
I don't know what you're talking about. I got nothing. I sat home.
yeah.
So
He's never been to Mars.
yeah.
Ah.
So last weekend was my birthday, and
Happy birthday, Larry.
Allegedly.
I would have
allegedly,
posted something, but I don't get your feed from you anymore for some really bizarre reason.
I think it's because you blocked my feed.
I checked. It says, no, I didn't. I think you blocked me.
They didn't tell me it was your birthday.
I don't know how that works. Anyway, it was my birthday.
Happy birthday. How old are you?
I would think we don't know.
Bastard.
You're gonna have to cut me open and count the rings.
Oh, onion rings?
Yep. So let's see. Last Saturday, went out drinking with some friends. Then we went down to a show at Pat's in the Flats to see something involving a monkey, and it was the most depressing show ever because like seriously nobody was there. Which I mean, you'd think that with like some kind of crazy metal band with a good drinking crowd, you wouldn't think that it being a holiday weekend, Hell's Headbang at the Agora, Oktoberfest at the fairgrounds, and another show at the Coliseum or at the stadium, you wouldn't think that would hurt their draw any. But yeah, it totally did. But you know, if you've never been to Pat's in the Flats, like if you're looking for seedy type neighborhood joint, we walk in. I was like, yeah, I'll have a kamikaze. Yeah, I don't know how to make that. I'm like, really? It's kamikaze. That's like not even a weird drink. Okay, and like I was there with two girls from work, and my friend Megan is like, okay, do you guys have any of the flavored vodkas? No, we don't have that. Well, what kind of craft beers?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what kind of craft beers do you have? We don't have craft beers.
Craft. They make cheese, don't they?
And like we asked for something else. Well, okay, well how about that? We don't have that. So we got our like Bud Lights and Miller Lights or whatever, and wound up doing shots of tequila because that they had. And I hate tequila, like desperately hate tequila, but they ordered shots of tequila. And I was like, so we take our shots, and I'm like, I'll be right back, and I go away, and I come back, and they're like, you totally went in the bathroom and threw that up, didn't you? I was like, I absolutely did.
Nice.
It was like my friend Allison. She got to bang on the drums for a while since nobody was there. I basically did the sound for them during their set. So it was comical but fun. So I had been talking for a while about just kind of doing some kind of road trip one of these days. And basically Sunday morning, I woke up and I got in my car and I went and got some gas in my car and I was like, you know what?
Not going home.
It's the first day of the next year of my life, year number 103 that I've been alive now or something. I was like, I want to go to the beach. And when I decide I want to go to the beach, that apparently means I want to go to Virginia Beach. So I turned around and drove to Virginia Beach.
Nice.
On paper, it's a 9-hour drive. The problem with using those estimates they give you is the route that they gave me took me like right along the edge of Baltimore and D.C., which are known throughout the world for their awful traffic. So my 9-hour drive wound up taking something closer to like 10 and a half. Needless to say, when I got to Virginia Beach, it was darker than I would have liked because it was kind of later than I expected, and it was raining. So I drove 10 and a half hours to the beach.
For the weather, huh?
No, just who cares? So I was like, okay, this is cool, this is fine. I'm going to head back to Richmond, because that's only like an hour and a half from Virginia Beach, and I'm going to check out Guar Bar. And then I'll get me a hotel room, and in the morning it'll be sunny, and I'll head to the beach, and then I'll go home. So I double back to Richmond. If you've never been to Richmond, don't go to Richmond.
Why? I was in Richmond once. I liked it.
Richmond is a maze of one-way streets and tiny, cramped little alleys.
You know, that's true.
Yeah. That's the way they like it.
And so I'm looking for Guar Bar, and I turn down this one thing, and I turn onto this side street, and literally it's an alley about 4 feet wide with cars parked on both sides, and I'm inching my way down this quote-unquote street at like 2 miles an hour, kind of looking out over my hood. Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Am I going to fit? Until I get to the next side street, cut across, and finally I'm heading down the street to Guar Bar, and like it's not even like the flying machine where you turn down the dirt road. You're just driving down a residential street. I'm like,
The flag.
I'm like, this cannot possibly be the way to Guar Bar, because in my head, Guar Bar has to be a cross between like Disney World, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the Seventh Ring of Hell. And here I am driving through like, and as I'm thinking this, I pass Guar Bar, which is not quite as big and fancy as like the 5 o'clock in Lakewood. It's this dinky little hole-in-the-wall neighborhood bar that happens to be like have guar shit on the walls. I was like, seriously? But of course, I've now passed it, and I'm on a one-way street. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'll hit the next street and turn around. It's another one-way street that takes you back to the highway.
Right.
So I wound up having to go past the highway into some fucking industrial parkway ringed with like razor wire and fucking gun turrets. Turn around, go back, and it took me like 5 different passes to work my way back to that side street and find some sort of parking spot. So I was like, well, this is definitely worth it. So, but I got to see Guar Bar, grabbed me a beer, and then I was like, okay, now it's time to go find some place to sleep for tomorrow. So because I didn't want to sleep, I didn't want to get a hotel in Richmond because in my
car. I mean,
what's that?
You're already in your car. I mean, just
I seriously thought about sleeping in my car.
Were they playing Guar when you went into Guar Bar?
No.
Or you just saw Guar Bar, you never actually went?
No. But they were not playing it there. At least not at that point.
Booty Blues or something.
No, yeah. Nights in White Satin. So I was like, I'm going to head to the outskirts of town because a hotel.
So I love you.
So I find some fucking podunk town in the backwoods of Virginia, and by podunk I mean I needed gas. So I was like, I'm going to get off at the next stop because I need to get gas. And the one gas station in town was closed for the night. I was like, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot the other part was when I went to the hotel. I actually went to the hotel before Guar Bar. I'm screwing up the story now. Because I wanted to change because I drove down in just shorts and a t-shirt. And I threw my bag on the bed, opened it up, realized I had totally forgot to actually pack those clothes that I was going to bring, and left them laying on my bed at home. So I wound up having to go there in like shorts and a t-shirt. But
it was like a white t-shirt.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes. And like
shit you can only wear around the house and get away with it.
Yes, and like some CSU swimming shorts.
Yeah.
But
worst.
So
Like, oh god damn it.
So this fucking hotel in Bumblescum, Virginia. I pull into the parking thing, and there's this old, rusted-out pickup truck, and it's got one of those big Tupperware things behind it on the ground. I'm like, oh, somebody must have dropped that. And I look, and no, it's like bungee corded to the bumper of the truck, and there's a cat laying in it. And next to that, there's a food bowl and a water bowl. And I see something. I see another cat run out from under the truck where there's a pallet with a blanket on it. So apparently somebody has set this up as like a shelter for feral cats or something in the neighborhood.
Or they just live there.
Awfully nice of them.
Yeah. So I was like, this is gonna be the best hotel ever. And I head upstairs, and as I'm walking by, like, none of it was scary, none of it was anything like that, but it was just weird. And I wish that something scary would have happened, because then I would have known how to react.
Yeah, now you're not there, you wish something scary happened, but later on you go,
Yeah. But it was all just odd, and I wasn't sure.
Trust me, I know.
I was like, I don't know what any of this means, and I'm not sure what I should be doing right now. Because like I'm walking by, and I'm like, okay, well, there's somebody with the door to their hotel room just open, and then like the next room was like 5 middle-aged ladies in bathrobes sitting around. Half of the rooms had their like curtains open, and like the one room there was like a dude sitting on his bed in his underwear eating pizza.
Why not?
I'm like, what the hell kind of place am I at? So I go into my room, and there's like blood rings in the bathtub from the last organ harvest, and move all the tables and chairs up against the door so I can sleep. Go to bed. Next morning, I get up, still alive, still have a wallet, still have kidneys.
Mm-hmm. You're a pot person now, though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Drive back to Virginia Beach. It's sunny now. Stop in to get myself a beach towel, because I certainly didn't think to bring a beach towel with me.
No, you're just dry in the sun, right?
Right. That turned
In the hot September sun.
Yeah, that turned into a $60 shopping extravaganza. Where I was like, okay, well, if I get 2 beach towels, that's only this much. And while I'm here, I'll get some souvenirs. And I'm heading over to the beach now, and I don't want to go back to my car because it's 180 degrees. So I'll buy myself a beach bag. So I get myself a beach bag that I didn't really want. And as the dude's ringing me up, he's like, have a nice day. Thank you for your business. Oh, and here's a complimentary beach bag. And I'm like, motherfucker, of course I get a complimentary beach bag now that I bought one. And I went, and I spent my birthday morning at the beach for like a couple hours, and then had to leave because I had like a 10-hour drive home.
Nice.
And so I came home. I did find out, I didn't know this because I'm not a trucker like Brian. I don't spend my life on the road. I never knew that driving up the mountains of Pennsylvania
Really sucks.
your ears will pop like when you're on an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
So like the first time I'm like driving, and I'm like, I feel like the pressure in my head. I was like, holy shit, I'm having a stroke right now. This is what a stroke feels like. And then my ears popped, and I was like, does that mean I'm as high as a plane right now? But so that was my little road trip from hell to Virginia. Then this week I didn't do much. I had my fantasy football draft. I worked. Yesterday went out to my friend Megan's house with Allison and Susie, and just kind of officially went there for a bonfire, but it was like 50 degrees and raining, so we're like, maybe this isn't great for a bonfire. So we just hung out and played Cards Against Humanity. And then today was Susie's birthday, so I went over her house to watch the Browns game and drink a bunch of weird and eat a bunch of weird Croatian shit and party with her and her friends. And then I came home, and I would be remiss, although I lost track of time and did not get out there for the big photo shoot. Thoughts and prayers to our friend Jim Kanya, who was in the hospital. He had a stroke this week because, and there was supposed to be a big photo shoot, and I didn't get down there because I was like, okay, I need to leave here by 4 to get there, and shit, it's 4:45. So there you go. That was my 2 weeks.
Wow.
I think it's fucking funny. I'm just sitting there just thinking about like all the times I'm in a hotel room. You're like, because you're like, yeah, I'm gonna watch a scary movie. No, it won't be scared or nothing. But and it's not like you have to worry about like opening your eyes and seeing some crazy shit. Sitting there in like the shadowy fucking chair. They also this crazy fucking chair for dead people to sit in. You ever notice that in a fucking hotel room? No, it's somebody gets the wrong room and they start fucking with your doorknob, and you know, like any red-blooded American, you just sit there all panicky, like, you know, because you don't want to get up because you might attract their attention.
Yeah. Next morning, the continental breakfast. I was like, no thanks, because I'm pretty sure that sausage is made of the guy who was in the room next to me.
Yeah.
And the crazy frumpy room I had was still $60 a night. I'm like, really? Like, I'll spend $60 for like a real hotel room. But
well, it's they're grim no matter what you do. Like some hotels, I spend the night and they're pretty nice, you know. And then, but most of them, they're haunted. You know, you're like, I don't need to see shit. That's just, you know, for God's sake, don't touch me. You know, you're walking, you know, to your hotel room in the dark, and there's all those hotel rooms, and you know that behind one of those curtains that's slightly parted is some dude staring down at you, just looking at you.
That's just normal,
deciding whether or not he's going to eat you.
right?
Bill Burr had a good joke he talked about being in those hotel rooms because he's like, you know, you open the door and the bed's right there. You know, and the door comes open, and what are you going to do? You know, the guy comes around the bed, he's got a sickle. You know, he's coming at you. I was just like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god.
He's coming at you with a sickle.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? You know, you're just sitting there, and you're right there in the bed. You're like, oh, God, don't kill me. Oh, yes.
All right. Well, my week wasn't very exciting like Larry's week was. I mostly just played some Skyrim because I never finished it, and now I'm back on that. And you know, blanch some tomatoes. It's really not an exciting life. Just nothing going on. You know, weather was rainy. It's not like I would have went out if it was sunny and done something exciting. There's
No,
just
then
nothing.
it would be ridiculously hot.
Yeah, it just wasn't. Didn't see any good movies or anything that I can think of. I did watch that Bigfoot movie,
What?
that Willow Creek.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of the ending?
I thought it was good. I
Yeah.
thought the movie was creepy. I thought those two actors were really good. I thought they made it.
I didn't know
You know.
what the fuck that ending was, man. I sit there and I watched it. I'm like, what the fuck did I just see, man? That's nuts.
I thought it was a good little creepy movie. You know, it wasn't anything big.
You know,
People-
on
there's always
Facebook,
people
I
on
wasn't
Facebook.
scared. It's like,
Yeah. They're never scared by anything, and that's just you know, you rate a movie because of whether or not you're scared. It's dumb. You're an adult. You shouldn't be fucking terrified by a fucking movie.
I am.
Oh my god.
see,
But anyway.
I do try to seek out movies that will still scare me, and it is becoming harder and harder.
Yeah, I mean, because you've seen all the same.
they're
stuff.
there. Just that one, the ending I thought was gonna be like, you know, I had no idea really what to expect, and then that happened. And it's just like they don't tell you. You know, you just have like this really crazy shit that happens very quickly, and you're like, what the fuck? What was that?
Oh, I did go over Bailey's and helped
really?
him
Oh.
with his computer and his TV
John.
system.
You John Oliver.
He does have a lot of impulse purchase equipment at his place. There's just a lot of stuff there that you're just looking at and you're going.
doesn't really
like-
go together. Or he
Yeah,
doesn't
just-
need it.
He even admits to it. I mean, he's got like an iMac. He's like, I don't know why I bought this thing. It's like a $1,500 computer and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know, dude.
It's fucking funny. I could just feel like I don't know why I bought this.
It's just he bought it to like do websites or something. He said, and it didn't work out. I don't know, but it was all right. And we exchanged Voodoo accounts so I can watch his movies and he can watch mine. So yeah, but then really nothing too exciting or whatever. Let's do the news.
You see the dog?
What? Yeah, I saw. That's a nice dog. You know,
What?
I didn't ask him too much about it though.
His service dog.
Yeah, I didn't ask him about that because I don't know. What do I know about any of that, really?
Did he tell you how it saved democracy?
Yeah, I just, you know. Do you really want to mess with the guy? You know what I mean? Do you
No.
really want to poke it?
Don't poke the bear.
Right. It's just leave it alone. That's none of my business.
Who's on
It was funny though. He had like one of these Marine Army. I don't even remember his Navy. It was like I got a piece of paper and it said the Warrior's Prayer, and I'm just thinking it's the Man-O-War lyrics. Like, why is he got the Man-O-War Warrior's Prayer thing on his? All right.
Ride into the wind. Proud my son.
The ESRB has released its rating summary for the upcoming Fallout 4, revealing some new details about the upcoming game. One of the most interesting mentions is drug use, as players will be able to consume various fictional drugs such as Buffout, Jet, and Psycho.
Nice.
Frequent usage will result in addiction, as well as other negative side effects. You can read about the drugs part of the description below. Nah, I don't care about that. The other main point of the summary talked about the extremely violent nature of the open-world RPG. You can expect to see plenty of blood splatter, decapitations, and dismemberments.
Yes.
Last but not least, the dialogue in Fallout 4 contains some swears. The word fuck, shit, and asshole are heard in the dialogue.
Uh-huh.
This is what we have to go through with the games. To tell parents not to get this shit for their kids, and they're going to do it anyway.
Right.
They're blame it on shit. StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, launches November 10th. Second expansion pack for the StarCraft 2, does anybody even play that anymore? Will officially launch on November 10th. Blizzard revealed today during the World Championship Series Season 3 Finals live on Twitch. Seems like everybody's either playing Dota, League of Legends, or Heroes of the Storm. I know somebody's going to say, in Korea, they have a StarCraft channel, and they, I get it. But I don't see too many people playing StarCraft anymore. When I look at, when I have that pop-up that happens on Steam, it never pops up StarCraft. It normally just pops up, like, Dota or Heroes of the Storm or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this will breathe some life into it. It'll be like, woo!
I never even heard of that third one. I always see Dota, though.
Dota? What, Heroes of the Storm?
I never see that one.
That's kind of new. That's Blizzard's.
Oh, okay.
Dota is Valve, Steam. And then Heroes of the Storm you don't see because I don't think it's actually on Steam. It's you got to have the Blizzard client for that one. And then League of Legends, I don't know, maybe that's independent. I don't know who, or Activision owns it. I don't know who owns that one. But anyway. On September 13th, 1985, what were you doing?
Watching.
Nintendo released Super Mario Brothers for the Famicom in Japan. So, that's the anniversary.
30 years.
30 years ago, Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, so actually that kind of reminds me. I was driving back from Virginia, and I had Sirius on in the car, and they mentioned that last weekend it was like an Iron Maiden takeover because the new album and stuff. So I flipped over to Iron Maiden just as somebody called in. Bruce Dickinson was hosting, and somebody called in. They're like, "Hey, Bruce, happy anniversary." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, it was 31 years ago today. Power Slave came out." And I was like, there's no way it's been 31 years since Power Slave came out, because when Power Slave came out, it's been 31 years since Power Slave came out.
What do you think of that new album, man? Because I've heard a couple songs of it, and, they sound like the last couple albums.
Well, no, it's a double. It could have been one, because there's some fillers in there. The one thing with this one is there's a whole lot of those big, long, epic Iron Maiden songs.
Yeah.
And like the one that I really like, Empire of the Clouds, it's 18 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I mean, there are some, like, it kind of reminds me of the last one, because the last one, there were like 2 or 3 just awesome songs, then some okay stuff, and 1 or 2 that were shit. And this one's kind of the same thing, except it's sort of more worth it because you have like 4 awesome songs, but those 4 are frigging an hour long. So, I mean, totally worth it. I like it. I mean, it's better than when they really kind of went into the tank for like No Prayer for the Dying and shit.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Um,
Right.
Steam Top 10.
Steam Top 10.
Number 10, Project Cars. Number
Not a
9,
game.
Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Number 8, Killing Floor 2. Number 7, Ark Survival Evolved. No longer number 1. Number 6, Rocket League.
Rocket.
Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ooh.
Number 4, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Number 3, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Number 2, Mad Max. And number 1, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Dragonizers.
Right.
Apple announces a new Apple TV.
Yeah,
New
they did.
Apple TV receives some much-needed hardware improvements. And the big thing is gaming. Apparently, they're going to have a focus on gaming with it. And I don't think anything is going to be on it except iPhone games that also can be played on your Apple TV. I don't know.
Trend setting.
It's just like another one of these Android devices, but it's an Apple device. I mean, it's just, it's dumb. But, some people that are all into Apple get excited about shit. They'll run out and get one thinking that the next, Metal Gear or something will be released on it. It won't be. It has, some limitation, too. You can only have 200... Your game can only install 200 megabyte. So...
200 meg?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think, 200 gig? That would be crazy.
Yeah, but is that even enough to install a game anymore?
It's not enough to install Hearthstone. It's in, little game, solitaire. Sure. I don't know. They say you can stream stuff or whatever, get stuff off of a service, but installation can't be over 200 meg. So, I mean, no one's going to take that thing seriously to put games on. It's just going to be iPhone games or iPad games. And if I was, if you were going to buy something, just buy an iPad. Play games on that. Brian plays games on the iPad, I think.
Yeah, but then I get bored and I get rid of them.
Yeah,
The only game I'm looking forward to, long distance, is that Battlefleet Gothic Armada, because I just posted not too long ago the trailer for it. No, they're still working on it. I mean, I think it's an Unreal Engine that they said that they're using for it, and the graphics are crazy good. I mean, for a real-time strategy, from what I'm looking at, I mean, I'm hoping I can play it, and it's not gonna be one of those things like, well, it's a really beautiful game, too bad I suck at it, because I just get my ass kicked every time I turn around. But I'm hoping it won't be like that, because
it's probably how much money can you pay to buy extra ships and shit.
Fine with me.
That
Take it.
determines how good you're going to be at it.
Sold.
All right. And then why this is making such big news on the gaming sites, I don't know. But a notorious Naughty's horror villain is getting ready to gas up his old ramshackle van and plow it into the nearest gaggle of teens, as Variety confirms that Jeepers Creepers 3 is on the way.
Oh, Christ.
Writer-director Victor Salvo returns after steering the first two horrors to the big screen in 2001
good. Thank God.
and 2003, respectively, along with Francis Ford
I like the
Coppola's
first one a little
American
bit.
Zoetrope production outfit, who worked on the first two flicks. The news broke at the Toronto International Film Festival,
TIFF.
where financer Myriad Pictures also plans to sell the film. In development for over a decade, the third outing was I'm not making this up, was originally scheduled to head into production after the first sequel dropped, yet financial struggles put it on the back burner. Now that it's back on track, we can look forward to seeing Jonathan Breck reprise his role as the Creeper,
Woo!
an ancient creature who enjoys feasting on human flesh for 23 days, and 23 days is what it says, and 23 days every spring. Probably winter and spring. Jeepers Creepers 3 starts shooting early next year. I have no idea. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. That there's that much whatever all around a cookie cutter horror film.
Yeah, people like it, huh?
I liked it.
I liked it.
I like Wrong Turn.
And I liked the setup for
Wrong
the
Turn
second
was good.
one, but it sucked. I was like, the second one should have been better than it really was.
But don't most sequels suck? I mean, on horror movies, there's very few that...
Well, no, I liked the approach they took to it, but the execution was shit. And, of course, it had to be a bus full of fucking high school kids. But I kind of liked the, I liked the premise of the second one.
Noble writes in, just walk away at videogamenews.com.
There'll be no more tomorrow.
Hello, Noble here. I just wanted to know if anyone has played the Mad Max game and what you thought of the recent movie. Personally, I thought the film was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
The game is pretty good. But like all open world games, it can get a little tedious. Hope you're enjoying the long weekend, Noble. P.S. Happy birthday, Larry. I love the movie. I bought it.
Yeah, same here.
So, it's great.
I did not see
haven't
the
played it. Larry, you'll hate it because you always want to be controversial and dislike things that are popular.
That's exactly what I do all the
and
time.
like things that are not popular. So,
Yeah,
this is the opposite.
That sounds like me.
Whatever's the opposite, Larry. Larry, if Larry doesn't like something, it's probably really good. And,
Whatever.
And then if he likes it, you got to be kind of skeptical.
Right.
Jackal writes the "Don't Stop Believing" at videogamenews.com.
Why are we getting a bunch of song titles? Did I miss
I don't
something?
know. What's going on? Hey guys, so the last time I wrote in, I explained how I plan to install a mod chip and larger hard drive into my original Xbox. That worked out just fine, and I immediately left the thing at my mom's house for my brother to use and never touched it again, since I don't play on consoles anymore. I just mod them and play games on my PC. The other day I was listening to a 2004 VGN show in which Kevin was talking about HD Loader, the PlayStation 2 and the Final Fantasy XI hard drive, and I said to myself, hey, I have a PS2 FAT. I have a bunch of IDE hard drives laying around, and I have some time on my hands. Let's do this shit. So I bought a PS2 HDD adapter for $10 on eBay and started doing some research. Turns out there is a way to run games off the hard drive without having to use the HD loader disc. You install something called FreeMcBoot on a PS2 memory stick, and the PS2 boots off that. No mod chip or boot DVD required. Should be interesting. I'll update you when I have something. And what am I so eager to play on this PS2 once it's done? Guitar Hero 2. Yeah, I know I'm gay. It's a nostalgia thing. I may not be so hardcore as Kevin to walk every day in the Ohio snow up to Sears to play my Commodore 64 games on their display unit,
That was pretty badass.
but at one time I was hardcore enough to walk to the mall every day in 95 degrees to play Guitar Hero in GameStop while living in abandoned buildings as a homeless teenager in Bristol, Tennessee. You guys rock. Keep the show going until Brian decides it's time to end the world. Later. It's a really long email, but good luck with the PlayStation 2 thing. I mean, at this point, you could just buy a cheap game, and and play it on your PlayStation 2. Like, why mod it? I guess maybe for rare games, like something you just can't find anywhere. But Guitar Hero, it's got to be like $1 in the bargain bin at this point. Sly Cooper writes to Kevin has one ball at videogamenews.com. He says, hey, Don and crew. What was your biggest fit of gaming rage? Mine would have to be when I was 8 years old playing the original Spyro. I had the PlayStation connected to my dad's old Commodore 64 monitor, and it was having some video input problems at a crucial part in the game for me. It's the 1702 monitor. I got so mad that I started shaking the monitor and literally shoved it through the drywall into the bathroom next door. I immediately turned white and felt that, oh shit, sensation. It wasn't long before my parents saw the gaping hole in the wall and grounded me.
Right.
My parents were so lazy that they never took the time to repair the drywall damage. I had a poster covering the hole for 10 years, until I finally got sick of it and watched a YouTube video on how to properly fix a hole in drywall and fixed it myself. Then I moved out. I've also played Metal Gear Solid 2 on the hardest difficulty and gotten so mad on the final boss that I roared at my television, "Fuck you, Hideo Kojima, and your children."
Yes.
Then took the disc out and threw it outside against a tree. I no longer get this angry. I am Zen. You guys have any idea when you got really mad playing a game or anything?
Fucking Asheron's Call 2, picked up my fucking tower on my PC and smashed it and kicked it to pieces.
What happened in the game that caused you to do
I
that?
really don't even remember. I probably just lagged and died for the 5,000th fucking time. And that was enough.
I can see you doing that. That's great.
Yeah, I was angry. It was dumb. Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm going to get my new tower here any day. And I totally didn't. I got told.
Don, Larry, anything?
I've never been angry
Yeah.
to.
I've never actually gotten that upset with a game. I guess I've always been zen.
Yeah, I don't usually break things when I'm angry, so I don't really have something along that line. But I have gotten super frustrated and pissed. Rage quit a lot.
Yeah, I've rage quit, although it's usually when I
It's like a big
way
baby.
back the original, like the original Axis and Allies.
Oh, God,
game.
yeah. God, what a nightmare.
It was so buggy. Like you build yourself this awesome fleet, and then like your carriers would randomly disappear. Or what was it VR baseball like a billion years ago? If I can't remember the exact scenario that did it, but it was like if you won this number of games and then saved the game, it wouldn't save after that, so you could never finish a season unless you stopped after like every game and saved or something like that. But yeah, I've never chucked my shit through a wall or anything.
Right. Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
I've yelled at the television, yelled at the system, yelled at the controller, yelled at everybody in the room.
Our friend Riche writes into ugly Browns uniforms in video games.
Oh God!
It was disgusting. Wasn't it gross? It looked like a pile of poop.
Sup, Don and crew.
So,
Our video game world's getting too big. I just got The Witcher 3, and I'm loving it. But you spend an enormous amount of time in that game just traveling from town to town on horseback. Sort of how in L.A. Noire you spend most of the time just driving on the highway. Don't get me wrong, I love open world settings like Fallout 3, but I feel like too many games are forcing us to spend an unnecessary amount of time walking or riding to missions, instead of just immediately thrusting the missions at us like they do in Halo or something. But what do you guys think? Keep up the good work, yada yada.
I don't even.
Let me just say really quick, you can fast travel in The Witcher 3. So, I mean, just like in Skyrim, you got to first find what you're going to go to, but you can totally fast travel. So, you might want to explore that. I never used the horse either. I just fucking took off on foot.
Yeah.
What's that, Don?
I was gonna say I've never even been. I don't even go to the north part, Los Santos in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't even go north of the mountains
Yeah.
ever. But I
I
mean,
mean, go hang out in the desert and fly the plane around or anything?
yeah, it's like I thought about it the other day. I was like, oh, you know what? I should fly a plane. And then I looked on the map. I'm like, it's all the way up there. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's like I'd rather break into the airport and do it, as opposed to just grabbing one.
Yeah, I guess Grand Theft doesn't have fast travel.
They have trip skip, and then there's ways.
Okay.
Certain things will skip if
Yeah.
you can get them to. I've taken taxis in that game, which is pretty stupid. But listen,
Waste of time.
because look, you can't shut the game off. You can't pause it, right? When you're online.
Right.
I need to go to this spot, but I need to go to the bathroom right now. I need like a minute or two, and I want to get there. So I'll just get in a cab, send my guy off. I'll go to pee. I'll go get a drink. I'll come back. I'll sit down. I'll stop the cab, pay him, and get out, and I'll finish it myself. It's like I'll use it. The guys used to shoot me and stuff on the. I was in the cab the one time. Some dude shot me. He was probably I could just see it too, because the dude's probably at home like, is that dude in a cab? What is he doing in a cab? But yeah, I think some of them are too big. Like Red Dead Revolver wasn't that big. Red Dead Redemption, I mean.
Right.
I don't think it was too big.
It was pretty big, but it wasn't that big. I mean, it was more consolidated. The Witcher 3 is huge. It's just huge. And I'll just say, from my experience after playing it for like 300 freaking hours, is like you can play those side missions and it's useful because you pick up friends and then when you're having at some point in the game you're defending your old castle, and you need help, and so you meet all of these people along the way, and they all kind of help you. And that's not the end of the game. That's just kind of like a mid part of the game. But you need everybody you can get. It's kind of like you can let Triss Marigold leave, or you can tell her that you love her, and tell her that you love her because she's like a really powerful mage, and she's totally going to help you. Although you can't screw Yennefer on the unicorn if you tell Triss Marigold that you love her. It's fucked up. You end up screwing Triss Marigold in the lighthouse instead. So,
Sure.
there you go. But yeah, it's huge. But I mean, it's an $89 million is what they spent to make that game. Just enjoy it. I mean, it's a game that you can play for like a long time. You can just totally have a great time with it, not have to rush through it. Not too many games like that. All right, that's it for the email. So, anything new, guys? Anything coming up? Wasteland? Everybody going?
I'm going to be there Friday.
Yeah, well, Brian's going to be there Friday. I'll probably show up on Friday. My guess is Blackie's going to be there because Maiden Voyage. And,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Tiff moving away. So I don't know if he actually cares about that, but it's all around the same time period. So
I do also have a cornhole tournament at the Park Tavern coming up. Got to start limbering up, do my exercises, get ready for that.
And fuck somebody in the ass later. Cornhole them. Take it.
Larry, are you going to play Speed Quiz with us on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I don't know anything about it. I don't even know this place. I guess Brian's ex-wife's sister works there. Lisa, she works at this place. And there's 75 employees. So it's got to be big. I didn't think it was that big. I thought it was just going to be some fucking hole in the wall like Babe's or whatever. But now I'm thinking it's like a full-on restaurant or something if it's got 75 employees. I don't know. But we'll go check it out. I think it's too far, though. I can't see myself going up on to Memphis or whatever every week. So it would have to be like a ragingly good time, for you to like want to make that journey like all the time. But go up there once, have the pizza. That's what I'm going to do because everybody says the pizza's amazing. So I'll go have the pizza.
Kevin, you should go have the pizza.
I'm going to play Speed Quiz, but I need Larry there because he's got the phone that has the app.
Yeah,
I got a
how
Windows
is it
phone.
I have the phone and you don't? You have.
Because you got to have. I got a Windows phone and I got an Amazon phone. I don't got the phone, the Android phone or the iPhone, which I'm sure is what you need to have the app for the. I don't even know. I've never been there. I don't know. Maybe they do make it for my phones, but I'm betting they don't. So.
Okay. Well, I'll be there and I will have my phone.
I mean, maybe Angie will go. I think she's got like something.
She's moving, ain't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she said she got to give 2 weeks notice, and I think she'll be around until Wasteland, but we'll see. Because she's got to figure out her apartment situation too. She said. So I don't know. Is she really moving? That's the question. Who knows? Kind of up in the air. All right. Well, I guess you guys got anything else? Don, you got any comedy shows coming up? Band practice?
Stop it. I got nothing. I don't do any of that stuff. I got Tumbling with Tumbleweed Tuesday nights at 11. If you go to blogtalkradio.com/tumble, you can see all the old shows. You can catch them on iTunes, too, if you're on iTunes. I don't know if people still do iTunes or not, but
Yeah, they still do.
Tumbling with Tumbleweed's on there. You can get them, download them all for free, like Lex over here.
I think you're on. I think you're on TuneIn. I'll have to check that again. If we're on Video Game News Radio is on TuneIn. Oblast is not, but Video Game News Radio is. So if you have the TuneIn app, or you listen to TuneIn, which is a very popular app for getting the radio on the internet or on your phone, if you just do a search for Video Game News Radio, we come right up. So That's an easy way to get us. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I think it did because I said something like to my Amazon thing, played Tumbling with Tumbleweed, and it just said, getting the latest episode of Tumbling with Tumbleweed.
Huh.
I was like, yeah, cool. And then it played it. And I was like, I already heard this one. Stop.
I heard this story.
All right, everybody, that's it. We'll be back next week for more exciting show and everything, sort of. All right, good night.
Late.
See ya.